The underdogs. In every fight, someone's the underdog, which is basically the equivalent of being the guy who has the most people predicting him to get beaten up. The perk of being the favorite to lose is that when you win, people are
impressed by your performance.
So let's get right into it. The first underdog for today will be Jeremy Stephens. As good as Jeremy is, he's almost always lost against the best. And Zabit is certainly amongst the best. So it's just logic that Stephens ends up as the underdog.
Look at this wind-up!
But that doesn't mean he can't win this fight, even if he's more one-dimensional than Zabit. But how can he pull the upset? The answer? By an infinity of ways. Here's a few of them. The only time we saw Zabit have some real problems was against Bochniak, when he was pushed against the cage, forced to brawl, and even then, he was winning the exchanges. That's what Stephens needs to do. If he's able to brawl with Zabit, he's got a big chance of coming out on top. And if he does back up Zabit against the cage, he's got a few options. A big left hook designed to deceive Zabit. If he circles to Stephens' right, the overhand is the shot. If he ducks under, the right uppercut could land for sure. If Jeremy is able to throw combinations and Zabit is forced to cover up, a left hook to the face should be devastating. I cannot wait for this fight. Next, Robbie Lawler. Ben Askren, in his debut, is matched up against a great wrestler with heavy hands. Ben definitely has skills, but we haven't seen him against top-class opponents, so it's a little early to analyze his full game. So we'll keep it simple. Robbie can win this fight by keeping it standing. Kamaru Usman. The odds are closer for that one, and it's basically because we haven't seen Marty in too much trouble so far, and he's also good everywhere. Woodley is known for being an explosive fighter, and most of the time, he's quite patient inside the octagon. If Usman is able to pressure Woodley constantly while avoiding the champion's linear explosions, he has a great chance of winning that fight. Push, evade, push, evade. If he's able to do that enough, Tyron will eventually be stuck. A big left hook could open up the body shot. Usman tends to focus on the head. He needs to mix it up against Woodley, and if he doesn't keep his left hand up, he could get in trouble because the champ has always massive power in his right. Usman's cardio will be extremely important for his game plan. And the last but not the least, Anthony Smith. The odds are pretty crazy for that one, and it's understandable. The greatest light heavyweight of all time against a guy who's shown many weaknesses in the past. But Anthony Smith, on his best day, can finish any fight. John Jones fights at a distance like no one else, and when you do get close, you're often welcomed by an elbow on your nose. But he likes to pull back a lot when someone throws punches at him. A good strategy for Anthony will be to throw leg kicks after his hand combinations, because John will most likely escape those fists. Even if it's hard to execute, because John switches stances all the time, a few leg kicks from Anthony could change that fight. Anthony is not the fastest guy in the world, and to hit John in the face is pretty hard. That's why the body will be an important target for Smith throughout the fight. He does have a really nice front kick, and it could be used at a distance. If they get close, Smith could execute a jumping knee. A big risk, but it might pay off. All of those four fighters are in some way overlooked for UFC 235, but it's very likely that at least one of them will win. After all, this is MMA and anything can happen. In your opinion, who's the underdog who's the most likely to win on March 2nd?